Welcome, this is my first video of 2026 and today it's going to be a bit of an odd job sort of day. Gonna put a new exhaust system on the Black RGV. Got a Jolly Moto, gonna upgrade from the Tigra system. Got that off of a chap on eBay. Got, what else have I got? Got a new exhaust for the GSX-R 400 to try and quieten that down, as well as a baffle because I don't think it's going to be quiet enough. Won't lie, I bought cheap Chinese on that one, just to see how it goes, because I don't really know what I'm going to do with that bike. I did think about restoring it, but I don't think it's worth the money or the aggravation. And one of the key components that's hard to get is a headlight. Headlight's really hard to get, and if you can, really expensive. So that's probably gonna stay as a track bike. Got an NSR 125 carb to clean for my half brother, and maybe if we get time, have a look at the TZR 250 and see if we can work out where the issue is for the tacho not working. It could be a couple of things. Could be a CDI. Could be the clocks themselves. I've got another set of clocks, so I can try that theory. Could be the pickup, but I think the pickup probably is working, otherwise it won't know how to adjust the, how to rev up. So it's clocks or CDI probably. But yeah, let's get into it and see how the day goes. Yoshimuri piece of shit. Shame it's not a real one. Just uber loud Asbo, never gonna be allowed on the track. Just, it's an offence to go on the road with it. It's that bad. And when I say it's an offence, as in to my ears and everyone else around me, this is shit. Whoever bought this, no. However, what I've bought isn't much better. Chinese carbon fibre look can, 15 quid, and DB Killer, 12 quid. It's going to look better, be quieter for sure. Whether it be quiet enough, we'll find out. But that's going to slide in there, and then as you can see, it blanks off some of the flow and it still gets through around the little holes. So that's going to go on there, use the springs and the clamps, and then we'll fire it up and see what it sounds like. Right, that's on. The springs I've got too short, but luckily I found probably what was one of the original springs. So it's on there. Right, battery's pretty flat because it's been sitting. Let's use the jump pack. Let's see how bad or good it is. Okay. I think that's not too bad. It's obviously a bit more loud, it's a bit louder because in the garage, but that actually, it looks okay and it doesn't sound horrific. It doesn't it's not, you know, it's shorter than a standard can because it's not hanging out back there somewhere. It's got a bit of bark to it. Is it too loud for track days? Not sure. Need to test it outside really, and use the decibel app on my phone. And it's not going to be exact, but it'd be, you know, an indication. Now, I've had a brand new screen to replace this one for probably 6 or 7 months now. It's been on my kitchen side for God knows how long. I think now might be the time to actually replace it. So I might go get that now, get that done. And then we can look at getting the exhaust system off of this and putting the new one on. But first, this. And that's the screen on, looking much better. I might see if I can get it out and take it for a little ride later, maybe. Need a couple of bolts here. I think I can't remember where I got this screen from. I think it was eBay, and I think it was a British company. It might have even been skid marks. But yeah, that looks much better than the broken one. Exhaust looking good. The bodywork could do with some improvements. A colour scheme would really set it off, like a decent one. I kind of like the black and red ones. They're quite nice. And with the black frame, might set it off. I'm thinking about putting the original Speedo setup back on, because this it shows the wrong speed. The rev counter I don't feel is very accurate. But what I don't want to do is have to deal with the wiring, because it's just a mess, and I know it's going to be a pig. So I'm looking for a standard wiring loom. There's a couple on eBay, but I want one that hasn't been cut up, because that's where problems start. And this one has been very cut up. I've got some fans to go on here. I've had them for a while. They're in a box. If I keep it on the track setup, what I'd probably do is look to just put it on a switch, just so I can turn them on and off as and when I want. But yeah, that's this bike done. I need to find my spring puller, so I'm gonna go find my spring puller and then do the RGV. Right, the RGV is in place. So now it's a case of getting this exhaust system off, the Tigra system, and then I'll go upstairs and get the other system and get it on. Right, that's the system on. These brackets are for a 2 vent, so can't use them. So I'll either make some or I'll contact John Loomis and see if they can sell me some. I know people have had luck with that in the past. So it's got a bit of movement, but let's fire it up and see how it sounds, and then we compare it. So this is the full stainless steel system. That's mild steel with Kevlar cans. thought we'd have a look at the TZR, and I've cocked up a little bit. I thought I'd let the battery charge, and I thought I sort of forgot about it, and now it's become this bulge, and it didn't smell particularly good. Let this be a lesson: keep an eye on things, don't walk away, because now that's dangerous. But I'm probably not going to do another video on the TZR fully for a while until I've got everything for it, because otherwise it's just going to be too much of a small, like 2 small jobs and nothing really happen. But new brake line on the way for the rear. I need to build the rear master cylinder. I'm messing about with the wiring on this because when you put 12 volts to the from this end to this end, it moves the dial. Well, not on these clocks, on my spare set of clocks from an FZR, and it moves the dial. But these don't, so I think these have probably had it. But also the wiring seems to be slightly off, because black goes in the middle, brown goes there, and orange goes there. But in that format, it doesn't work. This one seems to be a constant earth. But when I was looking at the diagram, the wiring diagram, I think it's for a 3XV4, the orange goes back to the CDI and then goes back to the coil, which would make sense, and that would be what I'd expect to give, if make the rev counter work. Yeah, orange, and that goes back under here somewhere to the CDI orange. Tested continuity, that all works. So either, yeah, I've said it a few times, I've got a problem. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to work it out without buying new things. So I'm on the lookout for some clocks, on the lookout for a CDI. I don't think it's the pickups. I think I'm going to order some Chinese fairings, but I've not decided, even though I've got some originals in a non-original paint scheme. I've got some new coolant pipes on the way because cracked. I've gone for some Chinese jobbies because they're the only ones I could find. But yeah, these, I filled it up with water. It held water, but it was dripping from here, so, and down there. So it's better to replace them anyway, right? I was going to show some clips of TZR carb. Not TZR, the NSR carb. Now, I'll put up a couple of little clips now, but ultimately it's been sitting for like 10 years. No parts available for it. I've given it a clips on. They'll probably overlap on this video. And then I think I'll call that this for this video. Please like and subscribe. Loads of people come back and watch all the time, but they don't subscribe. It'd really help me out. I've tried editing the video slightly different this time as well. Let me know if you think it's better, worse, the same. But yeah, let's hope for lots of good content this year. Hopefully no breakdowns. Got a track day booked for Oulton Park towards the end of March. Might fit Brands in at the beginning of March. But yeah, for now, I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.